Angie Andrews Eyesight, and this is 2019, January 15th, middle of the month, and dare I say, this is going to be a magnificent year. Here's the reason why. It's harvest time. Okay, so we have got to learn as Christians to plug in the supernatural reality that we are called to, walking through walls, raising the dead, laying hands on the sick. We're called to do all those things. Why? Because John 14:12 tells us so. We will do greater things than Jesus did. Hence, let's get down to interpreting some dreams. When we interpret dreams, it is only for the sole purpose that if it's negative, we flip it and we flip it for good. If it's positive, that we use all of those attributes, all of those symbolic types of images and or impressions, the revelation that we get when we wake up, to help us make decisions while we are awake. So night dreams are meant to give you purpose for your waking hours, that you progress forward and you walk that straight and narrow line that the Lord has defined out for you, that He's laid out before you so that He can walk with you, He can go in front of you, and He can go behind you, and that you're completely secluded and secure in His love, kindness, and acceptance. So I'm just going to get real, kind of demonstrative and try to take you step by step with dream interpretation by using one of my own dreams. So it was about 2 years ago. I was visiting some friends from the Philippines that were in North Carolina, and the night before I left, I had this dream, very vivid. I was in my hometown, Westminster, Maryland. It was snowing. I saw my sisters who looked like Eskimos, really weird. That all matters, but I'll tell you. So they were like down at this next house, but I knew they were really far away, and it was like, oh, I just got to get to them. And so I'm like, I'm coming. They're like, yeah, come and play outside. And I'm like, okay, I'm coming. And as I jumped, which is a leap of faith, as I jumped to go and meet them, my entire body became like a snowmobile. So here I am, like laying flat, kind of like the flume rides, and it's my body. And I'm going down all these moguls and, it's huge mountainous terrain. And they keep eluding me. So I in my mind, I'm like, I knew it wasn't going to be as close as I thought. Like I knew it was going to take some time to get to them. And here I'm going like over all these mountains. And the next thing you know, I am on a tree branch. And this tree branch was a little skinny thing, like a holly branch, because it had little holly berries on it. And I was on this tree branch riding backwards, like it was in the air and it was being held by birds. And when I'm talking about birds, I'm talking about the most beautiful flamingos and like these really accentuated like wings of eagles. And like I was surrounded by birds, and they had a tree branch from here, and I was gliding. And then these vines and these flowers started like making like a swing, so I was flying backwards through the air really fast, and I go through huge mountainous terrain. Now the mountains were gray, and it was like a gray scale, but everything surrounding me was, these vibrant colors. And then the little branch becomes this massive log. And it was like, I'm on a tree, and I'm like, whoa. And in my dream, I'm like, wow, this is so cool. It was so cool. And then you can see on the mountain next to me that there was this winding bridge all the way around the mountain. Snow-capped mountain, very like gray scale, but you saw that pattern went all the way around the mountain, and it was a path. And in my mind, I thought, well, that would take me 5 years to do. And this is so much faster. Like, this is so much more fun. Of course, I'm not going to want to take that path. Like, it's cold, it's dreary, it's all the way around that mountain. And I'm like, gosh, I don't have time for that. So then the birds suspended me on the side of a road, and I'm looking over a guardrail down into the great valley between these mountains. And an RV shows up, and a family gets out, and I lay hands on them, and I hand them a piece of this big tree trunk, which has a million little holly branches on it, and I hand them a piece, and we all go flying. as soon as I hold on to any piece that I'm dispersing and I'm giving out, everybody just takes off flying. And I love flying dreams because they are so freaking psychedelic. But we were flying, and we're flying forward now through the same mountain terrain. And it was like anybody that touched this branch, it was just, we were soaring high. And I mean, we were with the eagles. It was intense. Next thing you know, we land back in my hometown. And we're going through a car wash. So our very bodies are like the car. And as the water comes down, washing from the car wash, I'm like rolling around and laughing. And then I come out of the car wash and I'm just like, wow, that was so much fun. And I woke up driving to meet my friend, which is like 3 hours. You know, he's home from the Philippines. I don't know where I'm going, in terms of meeting up with them for a great church experience, which was even more prophetic. But that dream just replayed. And that's what dreams are for. Okay? So grasp this with me. If you can have a night dream and it's tapping into something that's just opening up your senses to a deeper level, and it's just exhilarating, and you wake up refreshed and you just can't stop thinking about it, that is an example of our spiritual awareness as we go through our daily routine, being able to tap into the significance of heaven, because God is always talking to us. If you are going around a corner and you think, oh, I better slow it down, there could be a cop up ahead, and then you come around that bend and there's a cop, that's God talking to you. And too often people don't know that he is everywhere. He's in your thoughts. If it's a good thought, it's Jesus. If it's a bad thought, it's yourself or it's the enemy. But you have every right to flip that and to flip it for good. This was a dream that I liked. I didn't need to flip it except for apply it to my life. And the interpretation was this. Anytime you're called to great ministry, or you're going to take it up a level in your call and your purpose, you will have flying dreams. And the whole idea of 5, I heard the number 5 years, and everything was 5. It was very applicable to my life at that time because it was my 5th year in the South. And now I'm embarking on my 6th year, 2019, and I'm in a different area. And since I've been here for a year, it's completely new. It's a new path. It's new soil. It's new relationships. It's new people. And when you have a night dream that is piquing your curiosity during the day, think on it. Dream on it. We all have dreams that we believe have died because we've missed the boat. Timing just wasn't on our side. And I have issues with time as it is. So when somebody says, oh yeah, it could have been perfect, but the timing was off, so therefore, it wasn't good, I immediately am like, I can't deal with the poo-pooing right now. Just leave me alone. I'm going to live in my little bubble, my dream world, because my dream world is accurate. My dream world actually shows me that I have the ability to soar high. I have the ability to say, you know what, things may have been hard day to day, but I still have this gumption within inside of me that's able to lead and direct other people to soar high and find their dreams as well. And I'm going to begin this series with maybe doing some live videos so that when people want to get a dream interpreted, they can go ahead and do that as I'm doing, just an interpretation of the dreams that I have dreamt, before a live audience. And this is just something I feel like we need to equip the saints with, because Christians are meant to be the leaders. We are meant to direct and help other people, guide them into their destiny. And Dream Life is all about it. And I just want to put this plug out there. If you wake up and you can't remember your dreams, it's not a big deal. Just know that they have been deposited into your spirit. And it's something that you will probably recollect like through a deja vu moment. Anytime we have deja vu, it's going to be that thing where, oh, I've been here before. Yes, you have. The Lord has given you a synopsis, a little snippet of something that he wants you to pay attention to while you're awake. And dreams are also meant to tell you the things that you are ignoring during the day. So if you're really busy and you can't slow down, then the Lord will use dreams to speak to you, to say, hey, pay attention here. So get ready. This is going to be the year where we dream big and we soar high.